What's up, guys? It's Superelectivire here, and I'm going to be bringing you guys some more Battle replays. And here we go. So that is Awesome Boss 777, and yeah, we're just going to be featuring him in this video, and that's about it. I think we got I think it was like 4 or 5 battles. I'm not sure. We'll just see. But basically, he's been sweeping me with Chatot, so I don't think I won this one. I don't remember. But yeah. Um, I basically just burn stalled his +2 Double, which is pretty interesting. He goes for the substitute. I'm gonna assume this is a baton pass set, and so I go into substitute. This is my weird sub punch set. And we just keep going to substitute, but he has leftovers, which gives him the advantage, which kind of stinks. So that's why, as he goes into substitute, I just go into Gengar. As he switches in his Genesect, I just go into Shadow Ball. But honestly, game over. There's literally nothing I can do now. Although I do survive that extreme speed, which is like super surprising. But there's nothing I could do, to be honest. So I'm surprised that he didn't just go straight for the frustration. I thought that would have KO'd, but I guess he was just playing it safe. So yeah, that one was just quick and easy. Bringing in our second battle. This time I am on the other side, and I am using my Mega Gyarados team. And lucky me, he actually misses that's Hydro Pump, and that actually comes in a little bit handy later. And so right there, I'm just gonna go ahead and rapid spin, and then now he's stuck, and he's lost his Hazard Setter. Now, I did switch in my Sableye just to make sure that he can't spore another Pokemon. Now, that was pretty awesome. I Destiny Bonded, he lost his Mega Heracross, which is awesome. Now, I just sacked this guy because he is sleeping, but that Will-O-Wisp does help. So I switch out before he could set up too much, so I do send in my Rotom Wash, and I do go with the Hydro Pump, and I surprisingly survived, and survived that even with Sandstorm, which is pretty surprising. So he does predict my Mach Punch, and then I just go for the knockoff since I am Assault Vest. And Stealth Rock just kills his Pokemon, and then I am able to defeat his Electivire with my final Drain Punch. So for number 3, here we go. I'm on this side of the field again. I am using my Raikou the Raikou the Psycho. Yeah, that's how you say it. Team, and then the one that I built with him, and then so I remember that this guy actually does run Bite, but I just sacked it, and then brought in my Talonflame, Brave Bird, hit it a ton to go with the priority to finish it off. Now, he is going to go for his Espeon, but honestly, I'm a grass type, so it doesn't really matter too much. And I did flinch, which really sucked, but it's okay. And I go for the Thunderbolt, want to KO because I'm Specs, switch out into my Dragonite, deal some damage because I know that there's nothing I can do. I actually get a critical hit, which actually helped me win the game right there. And I just keep going with the Thunderbolt since I do survive with 1 HP, which is lucky. And basically, I just won this one because of luck. Although I did have my Excadrill to patch things up afterwards, so I don't think that mattered too much. But yeah, luck played a huge part in that game. And then we also decided to do some junky stuff, I guess you could call it. And so we'll be just Mewtronoming with this battle. So I didn't actually even know half the stuff like Steamroller, but apparently that's a bug type move. So yeah, yeah. So, but the one thing I wanted to show you guys about this is that I actually accidentally had leftovers on this guy, which is pretty oopsies. But he does have leftovers, so it kind of gave me an advantage. That Reflect type did not do anything, and there's a Totemize, which I totally forgot. And then now he's stuck with the Whirlpool, and then I just go with Struggle Bug. So somehow I ended up beating that Mew. And right now I'm beating him 6-3 right now. So Icicle Spear does a good chunk of damage. It hits 5 times, which is pretty interesting. I get off my Swords Dance, but honestly, it doesn't have anything to use. And if you notice, he does have Synchronize, and so now when one person's poisoned, then the other one's poisoned too, and that sort of takes away my win condition so far. I still have a beat 4-2 so far, and then yeah, if you haven't noticed, my names, they're all based off of the natures. So you'll notice when I get to the last one, there are 5 neutral natures, which is Serious, Bashful, Docile, Hardy, and was that 4? I don't remember the other one right now. But it's one of the names. But yeah, so and that was interesting because I actually had four moves. I had a what do you call it? Metronome on four moves, but I ran out of metronome on one move, and it just made me struggle for like all four moves. So I don't really know. I wasn't choiced or anything. Oh yeah, quirky was the last one. But yeah, so I managed to win there, but the hilarious thing is that as my last move comes in, it uses Infestation. Now, if you recall, Infestation was also used on the very first turn by my Sirius. So I thought that was pretty cool, because I did have Infestation in the beginning and then finishing it off at the end. And finally, for the last Mewtronome, this is one that was legit. I did not have Work Up, and I believe I lost this one. I don't remember, but hitting with some strong moves with Work Up, Synthesis, Heat Crash, Rock Wrecker, which actually did a ton, and yeah. But yeah, I just keep getting them boosts, and just keep boosting. And so, all of us, I get boosted. But eventually, this guy does fall, especially in that I'm Sport. I actually fall asleep a ton of times, and that Swift actually does a critical hit, which allows me to survive. And Water Pulse does a chunk of damage, but Thunder eventually takes me out. Too bad I didn't miss. Payback does a huge amount of damage as well, but he disables me, so then I can't use Metronome. And right now I'm going to predict Metronome, and then go with Metronome. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, so he blocks my healing, but I can't really heal anyway, since we're not running leftovers or any healing moves, although I could come up with, like, Recover or something. So, Force Curse is a pretty interesting move. I mean, it makes you Ghost type, or adds a Ghost type or something. It actually gets Seed Flare, which is pretty interesting as well. But, yeah, Searing Shot, which is pretty, a lot of interesting moves in this one. And I actually get Side Strike, but it misses, which really sucks, because that was awesome. But, he actually gets Spatial Rend, which is pretty cool as well. And to start racking up these boosts again, I do get taunted, but you can still use, you can't use Metronome after a taunt, so I ended up having to use Struggle until I died, because he used Whirlpool to track me in there, which is pretty lucky. Wow. And then, he actually falls asleep. So there's a lot of sleep in this game. But of course, I poison him, and then he uses Heal Bell right after that, which is pretty interesting. And then, yeah, that was lucky. So I just ended up getting poisoned and then dying there. And then, I go with, he ends up getting Slack Off, which is pretty lucky, and he basically just wins the game there. I do get Roost, and I raised my hopes, but yeah, I still died. Yeah. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, check out AwesomeBoss777. I will put his link in the description below. His name is Math Wizard on YouTube, and he uploads non-Pokemon stuff. So check him out, and make sure to subscribe to both of us, and like if you like. See you guys.